Okay, so this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but bear with me. The apartment across from me has been empty for years. Like literally years. And yes, I know that technically speaking, it's not supposed to be haunted, but it certainly felt like it was tonight. So normally, I love sitting out on my balcony when the sun goes down. You know, it's peaceful. There's not a lot of people out and about. And I can just, relax and decompress after a long day. Well, tonight, I went out there and I noticed that the apartment across from me, which had been dark for as long as I could remember, suddenly had their curtains drawn back, and there was light coming from inside. Now, obviously, I was curious because it's been so long since that place has had any activity. And even if it had, new tenants or whatever, why would they have their curtains drawn back? So, I stood there watching. And I don't mean like voyeuristic watching. I mean, I was literally just standing there with my glass of wine going, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I saw something that made me drop my wine glass. From my balcony, I saw the glow of a single lamp illuminating a very clearly empty room. I mean, I could see the dust motes dancing in the light, and the blinds, like the curtains were drawn back, but the blinds were still closed. And so I was able to see the silhouette of what appeared to be a woman standing in the middle of the room, facing me. Now, I have no idea how long I stood there watching this woman, who I was almost certain was a ghost. I mean, here's a woman standing in an empty apartment that hasn't had any electricity in years. How else do you explain it? So, I grabbed my binoculars, because they're on a hook by the door. I mean, of course they are. That's what I do. I look at birds with those things. I don't use them to spy on ghosts. And when I looked through those binoculars, it only confirmed what I already thought I was seeing. I mean, there was definitely a woman in there. She was pale, almost translucent actually, and she was wearing what looked to be an old-fashioned white dress. Also, her mouth was open like she was screaming, but I couldn't hear a sound. Then, slowly, and I mean really slowly, she raised her arm and pointed directly at me. Now, obviously I did what anyone with half a brain would do in this situation. I screamed and dropped my wine glass and ran inside and locked my door. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, so then what? Doors aren't that easy to open, especially if they're locked. Well, that's where you're wrong. Because the next thing I know, my phone starts buzzing, and I pulled it out, and it was a photo that was sent to me from my own number. It was a picture of me on my balcony, taking a picture with my binoculars of the apartment across the way. The same picture that I would have taken seconds before I screamed and ran inside. Except how would I have taken the picture if I dropped my phone when I screamed? The only possible answer is that someone or something took the picture using my phone. And when I turned around to look again, the woman was standing in my living room. Oh, and also her mouth was open wider than a human mouth should be able to go.